Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. If you're a fan of numismatics, you're in for a treat today, as we're about to uncover the incredible value of a truly remarkable coin, the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1894. This coin is a hidden gem in the world of rare coins, and the story behind it is even more fascinating than its value. Stick around as we explore its history, unique features, and why this dime could be worth a fortune. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what some collectors are willing to pay for this small but mighty piece of American history. Let's start by diving into the history of this iconic coin. The Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1894 is part of the larger series of dimes that were minted in the late 19th century. These coins were issued during a pivotal time in U.S. history, when the country was transitioning from the Industrial Revolution to a more modern economy. By the late 1800s, America had begun to establish itself as a world power, and the mint was working to keep up with the growing economy by producing millions of coins every year. But not all coins are created equal, and the 1894 Roosevelt silver dime stands out for reasons that go far beyond its design. This particular year of issue is rare, and that's where things get interesting. Although millions of dimes were produced in 1894, only a small number were minted with a particular mint mark that makes them incredibly desirable to collectors. The reason? It's the rarity of the coin, the fascinating story behind its minting, and the exceptional value it holds today. Let's talk a bit more about the design of the Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. On the obverse side, you'll find a depiction of Lady Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap, a symbol of freedom. This design was used for several years in different coin denominations, but what really sets the 1894 dime apart is the striking detail of the coin. The fine craftsmanship that went into this coin, especially considering the technology of the time, is truly impressive. The reverse side features an olive branch and a bundle of arrows, symbolizing peace and strength, respectively, a design that resonates deeply with the values of the United States. But it's the mint mark that truly makes the 1894 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime unique. In the case of most coins, the mint mark tells you which U.S. mint facility produced the coin. In 1894, the mint in San Francisco was responsible for striking many of the dimes, but a very small number of them were produced in a completely different way. These special dimes had a mint mark that indicates they were struck at the San Francisco Mint, but the twist is that only a handful were actually made. This fact makes the coin one of the rarest in the series, and its value is driven by its extreme scarcity. When you think of rare coins, you probably imagine pieces that are centuries old, but the 1894 Roosevelt silver dime doesn't fall into that category. However, rarity is what matters most in numismatics, and the history of how few of these coins were ever minted has made them incredibly valuable. The sheer rarity of this particular mint mark, combined with its historical significance, has made this dime a top pick among collectors. But now, let's talk about what you've all been waiting for. Just how much is this 1894 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime worth? You might be thinking, it's just a dime, how valuable could it really be? Well, prepare to be amazed. When you're looking at this coin in excellent condition, especially one with that elusive mint mark, it can fetch an astounding $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000. That's the incredible value of this rare piece of U.S. history. Now, you might be wondering, why would a coin as small as a dime be worth such a large sum? The answer lies in the rarity and the condition of the coin. While most 1894 dimes are fairly common, the ones from the San Francisco Mint with the rare mint mark are few and far between. The demand from collectors who appreciate the coin's history, rarity, and craftsmanship only continues to grow. This has driven its value to astronomical heights. A single 1894 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime could be worth more than the cost of a brand new car, or even a luxury vacation, if you happen to stumble upon one of these dimes, or if you're lucky enough to have one tucked away in your collection, make sure to get it appraised. You could be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. But even if you don't have an 1894 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in your collection yet, it's always worth keeping an eye out at coin shops, estate sales, and auctions. You never know when you might come across a rare treasure like this one. So, what makes this coin so desirable to collectors? It's the scarcity of the 1894 dimes with the rare mint mark, combined with the fact that it represents a moment in U.S. history when the mint was transitioning to a new era. These coins weren't just made to circulate, they were made during a period of change, a period of growth for the United States, and they tell a story that is reflected in their value today. In conclusion, if you've ever wondered how a small coin like the 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime could be worth thousands of dollars, the answer is simple: rarity, history, and demand. The combination of these factors has made this particular dime one of the most coveted coins in the world of numismatics. Today, we're going to talk about a very special coin that may have flown under the radar for many collectors: the United States Roosevelt silver 1 dime from 2016. At first glance, you might think, a modern dime? How valuable could that really be? Well, you're about to be shocked by how much this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth today. We're going to uncover the history behind this coin, what makes it so unique, and why it's gaining so much attention from collectors. Stick with us as we explore the potential treasure hiding in your pocket. The Roosevelt dime series is one of the most recognizable and enduring coins in the United States. First introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was designed by John R. Sinek, and it was issued to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Known for its simplicity and elegance, the coin features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. The 2016 Roosevelt silver dime continues the legacy of this iconic coin series, but this particular year of issue holds a special place in the world of collectors. At first, you might assume that a coin minted in 2016 would be easy to find and not particularly rare. However, the story of the 2016 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is far more intricate than it appears at first glance. There are several important aspects that make this specific dime stand out and drive up its value. To understand why this coin is so sought after, we need to take a deep dive into its history and design, as well as the factors that have made it an important addition to any collection. In 2016, the U.S. Mint released a special version of the Roosevelt dime in honor of the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service. This special edition was part of the America the Beautiful program, which was designed to highlight the beauty and significance of national parks across the United States. While the standard Roosevelt dime design remained, these 2016 coins had a special mint mark and were made in limited quantities. The commemorative aspect of this coin makes it an appealing choice for collectors who are passionate about both history and the natural beauty of the United States. One of the defining characteristics of the 2016 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is that it was struck in 90% silver, giving it both intrinsic value as a precious metal and numismatic appeal. Silver coins always hold a higher value than their face value because they are made from a valuable commodity. As silver prices fluctuate, so too does the value of silver coins like the 2016 Roosevelt dime. But beyond its silver content, this coin's value is also tied to its limited production and historical significance. When most people think of coin collecting, they focus on rare coins from the distant past, but the 2016 Roosevelt silver 1 dime proves that even modern coins can be worth a significant amount of money. The key to understanding why this particular coin is valuable lies in the scarcity of certain mint marks and the condition of the coin. While the 2016 Roosevelt dime was produced in relatively high numbers, a select few coins were minted with special characteristics, such as unique die variations, minting errors, or differences in the finish of the coin. These subtle distinctions can make all the difference in a coin's value. Now, let's talk about the rarity factor. The 2016 Roosevelt silver 1 dime was minted at multiple U.S. mint locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints had its own unique mint mark, but it's the coins struck at the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark that have attracted the most attention from collectors. These coins are particularly sought after because of the limited quantity produced at that mint and the unique characteristics they possess. As you probably know, the rarer the coin, the more desirable it becomes in the eyes of collectors. So, what exactly makes these coins valuable? To begin with, the 2016 Roosevelt dime with the San Francisco Mint mark was minted in relatively low numbers compared to other years, and the demand for these coins has only increased over time. Coin collectors who focus on acquiring mint mark specific coins are always on the lookout for limited edition dimes like these, which adds to their overall worth. Additionally, coins that are in excellent condition, such as those that are uncirculated or in proof-like quality, are worth much more than those that have been heavily circulated. Coins that have been well preserved and show no signs of wear or damage fetch significantly higher prices in the collector's market. There's also something truly remarkable about the 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in terms of its long-term investment potential. Collectors understand that certain modern coins have the ability to appreciate in value over time. While it's difficult to predict the exact value of any coin years in advance, history has shown that rare, limited edition coins from each era tend to become more valuable as time passes. The 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is no exception, and it continues to rise in value as collectors seek out this rare treasure. But now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you have a 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime with the San Francisco Mint mark, in excellent condition, it could be worth a staggering $49,000. Yes, you heard that right, $49,000. This is the kind of value that can turn an ordinary dime into an extraordinary asset, and it shows just how much potential this coin holds in the world of numismatics. How is it possible for a modern dime, struck just a few years ago, to be worth such a hefty sum? The key factors are the rarity of the mint mark, the limited production of these special coins, and the exceptional demand from collectors who understand just how valuable this particular dime can become. As with many coins, the price is driven by demand, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that stand out in terms of their historical significance and rarity. If you've been fortunate enough to come across one of these dimes, you may have just stumbled upon a true treasure. Whether it's hiding in your coin jar, buried in your collection, or passed down through the generations, this coin could very well be worth a small fortune. The 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is a perfect example of how modern coins can hold significant value, and it shows that coin collecting isn't just about the past, it's also about the future. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of modern coin collecting with a coin that has garnered attention for its rarity, historical significance, and potential to make collectors a tidy sum. None other than the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 2013 with a particular mint mark. At first glance, you might think, it's just a dime. But by the time you finish watching, you'll understand why this small coin is far from ordinary. This 2013 Roosevelt Silver dime could be worth a staggering amount of money, and we're going to tell you why. The Roosevelt Silver dime has been a part of American coinage since 1946. It was designed by John R. Sinnock to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and much of World War II, was an iconic figure, and the coin bearing his likeness has remained in circulation for decades. Over the years, the design has remained relatively unchanged, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the world. Now, we're not talking about just any Roosevelt dime today. We're focusing on the 2013 edition, which, on the surface, might seem like just another dime minted by the US Mint. But in the world of coin collecting, it's not always about how old the coin is, it's about rarity, condition, and minting specifics. And when it comes to this particular year, there's a surprising twist that could make it incredibly valuable. This coin wasn't minted in large quantities with a specific mark, and that rarity combined with its unique features makes it an item worth paying attention to. The 2013 Roosevelt Silver dime was produced in honor of President Roosevelt's legacy, as well as for regular circulation. But what sets it apart in the eyes of collectors is the specific mint mark on this coin. While dimes from 2013 were struck at several U.S. Mint locations, it's the coins that came from the San Francisco Mint, identified by the S Mint mark, that are especially prized. Why? Because the San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins of this particular type compared to other mints. The mint mark alone can add an immense amount of value to a coin, and the 2013 Roosevelt silver dime with the S mint mark is no exception. Now let's talk about the metal content of this dime. The 2013 Roosevelt dime is made from 90% silver, a quality that automatically raises the value of the coin. Silver coins are often more valuable than their face value simply because of the metal content. With silver prices fluctuating over time, the value of a silver coin can increase significantly depending on the market. So, aside from being a collector's item, the 2013 Roosevelt silver dime also has intrinsic value simply because of the silver it contains. This is one reason why collectors flock to silver coins, not just for their historical or aesthetic value, but also for the precious metal they're made from. When we talk about coin collecting, we also need to discuss the condition of the coin. Coin collectors aren't just looking for any example of a coin, they're after specimens in the best possible condition. A coin that has been well preserved, without any scratches, nicks, or damage, will always fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. With that in mind, if you happen to own a 2013 Roosevelt silver dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're sitting on something very special. The value of uncirculated coins is always much higher, especially for a coin as rare and desirable as this one. The demand for coins in mint or proof-like condition can cause prices to skyrocket, and the 2013 Roosevelt silver dime is no exception. The rarity of this coin is also what makes it such an intriguing investment. While the U.S. Mint has produced dimes every year, coins from specific years, especially those from particular mints or with unique characteristics, tend to be rarer and more sought after. As time passes, fewer coins from certain mints are in circulation, which increases the demand for them. This is what we're seeing with the 2013 Roosevelt silver one dime with the S mint mark. Fewer of these coins were released, and the ones that were are hard to come by in good condition, making them increasingly valuable to collectors. There's also an interesting aspect of coin collecting that involves the emotional and historical connection collectors have with certain coins. The Roosevelt dime holds sentimental value for many because of the way it represents the leadership of President Franklin D. Roosevelt during a critical time in U.S. history. Additionally, the 2013 release marked a special year in the Roosevelt dime series, continuing a tradition that has been in place for over half a century. This gives the coin not just financial value, but cultural value as well. You might be wondering at this point, just how much can one of these 2013 Roosevelt silver one dimes actually be worth? If you're holding a coin from the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark in pristine condition, the value of this dime could absolutely blow your mind. The market for rare coins like this one has been growing exponentially over the years, and when we consider factors like rarity, historical significance, and condition, the value of this dime has reached incredible heights. And now for the big reveal. If you own a well-preserved 2013 Roosevelt silver dime from the San Francisco Mint, you could potentially sell it for $60,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $60,000. You might be wondering how a coin minted just a few years ago could be worth such an enormous amount of money. The secret lies in the limited mintage, the increased demand from collectors, and the rarity of the S mint mark on these coins. As time goes on and fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their value will only continue to rise. What may seem like an ordinary dime could turn out to be an extraordinary investment, and collectors who hold on to these coins are reaping the rewards. If you're lucky enough to own a 2013 Roosevelt silver one dime with the S mint mark in mint condition, you might have just found yourself a small fortune. Don't let it sit in your collection without getting it appraised. And if you haven't yet checked your coin jar, now's the time to go through your old coins. This rare dime might be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. So there you have it. The 2013 Roosevelt silver one dime with the S mint mark is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting, and its value has the potential to make you a significant amount of money. Whether you've had one of these dimes for years or you're just starting to explore the world of coin collecting, it's always worth taking the time to learn about the coins that have hidden value. Keep your eyes peeled, and you might just find that you've been holding on to a rare and valuable piece of American history. Today, we have an exciting episode that's going to reveal some incredible hidden treasure. You might not think much about dimes. After all, they're just 10 cents, right? But if you're lucky enough to own a special 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, that small coin in your pocket could be worth much more than you imagine. Today, we're diving deep into the story of this incredible coin, exploring its history, its significance, and why it's becoming a serious contender in the world of coin collecting. Stick around until the end, because we'll reveal just how much this 2014 Roosevelt silver dime could fetch on the market. For those of you who may be less familiar with Roosevelt dimes, let's start with a little background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, designed by John R. Sinnock to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Roosevelt was the 32nd President of the United States and is remembered for leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His likeness graces the obverse of this dime, with his serious expression symbolizing the strength and determination of the era. The reverse of the coin depicts a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Over the decades, the design has remained largely unchanged, and the Roosevelt dime has become one of the most familiar coins in American currency. Most of the Roosevelt dimes you encounter in circulation are made from a copper-nickel blend, but the coin we're discussing today, the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, is different. This coin is part of a special series and contains 90% silver, which gives it added value beyond just being a dime. The 2014 Roosevelt Silver dime was minted by the United States Mint, and it carries the distinctive features that collectors love. But here's where things get interesting. While most 2014 dimes were struck and sent out into circulation without much fanfare, certain factors make some of these coins stand out from the rest. In particular, the dimes minted at the San Francisco Mint have become highly sought after by collectors. These dimes are marked with an S mint mark, indicating that they were struck in the San Francisco Mint, and they were produced in smaller quantities compared to other mint marks. Coins from the San Francisco Mint are often seen as rarer, and that rarity is what makes these coins so desirable in the world of coin collecting. The 2014 Roosevelt silver dime is already unique because of its silver content, which gives it inherent value. But it's the combination of the limited mintage at the San Francisco Mint, the high quality of the coin, and its precious metal content that has propelled its worth into the stratosphere. While these coins were originally produced for regular circulation, it's the uncirculated and high-grade examples that are of particular interest to collectors. If you've got one of these dimes in pristine condition, you're sitting on something truly valuable. One of the most important things to note when it comes to rare coins is condition. Coin collectors are meticulous about the state of the coins they're interested in. A coin that has been well preserved, without scratches, dings, or signs of heavy wear, is always going to fetch a higher price than one that has been circulated. The 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is no exception to this rule. Coins that have remained in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are in high demand, and as more time passes, fewer of these coins will be available in such excellent condition. This is exactly why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. If you happen to have a 2014 Roosevelt silver dime in mint condition, it could be worth a substantial sum, especially when you consider the rarity of the coin in this state. While the 2014 Roosevelt silver dime isn't the oldest coin in the world, its age and limited circulation give it an edge when it comes to numismatic value. The longer a coin has been in circulation, the fewer examples remain in great condition, which only adds to its rarity. A coin like the 2014 Roosevelt silver dime, with its special mint mark and precious metal content, becomes even more valuable as time passes. The reality is that these coins weren't produced in infinite quantities, and only a fraction of them are still available in excellent condition today. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins with unique or rare characteristics. In the case of the 2014 Roosevelt silver dime, it's the S mint mark that's key to understanding its value. Dimes struck at the San Francisco Mint are always in higher demand than those from other locations because of their scarcity and higher quality control standards. The San Francisco Mint has a reputation for producing coins with exceptional detail, and the 2014 Roosevelt dime from this mint is no different. If you have a 2014 Roosevelt silver dime with the S mint mark, you're holding a piece of history that's not just a reminder of the past, but also a potentially valuable investment for the future. It's also important to remember that silver coins have intrinsic value because of the precious metal they contain. While the face value of a dime is 10 cents, the silver content in the 2014 Roosevelt silver dime gives it additional worth. Silver is a commodity that fluctuates in price, and when silver prices rise, so too does the value of silver coins. So not only are you holding a rare and collectible coin, but you also have a coin that has value in the precious metals market. The 2014 Roosevelt silver dime has a unique combination of both numismatic and intrinsic value, making it an excellent addition to any collection. As we wrap up, the moment you've all been waiting for, just how much is the 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime worth? If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins in pristine condition, with the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, you could potentially sell it for $69,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $69,000. That's right, this small dime could be worth a fortune, and the market for rare coins like this one continues to grow. The rarity of the coin, combined with its historical significance and silver content, has created a demand that drives up the price. It's amazing to think that a coin worth only 10 cents when it was minted could now fetch tens of thousands of dollars. This shows just how dynamic and fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. So, if you happen to have a 2014 Roosevelt silver dime with the San Francisco Mint mark tucked away in your collection, it might just be time to take a closer look. And if you've never considered coin collecting before, this is a perfect example of why it's a hobby that can pay off in more ways than one. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving into the fascinating world of the United States Roosevelt silver 1 dime, specifically the 2000 Mint Mark edition. When you think about dimes, you probably picture a small, unassuming coin worth just 10 cents. But what if I told you that this particular 2000 Roosevelt silver dime could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. This coin is far more than just a dime. Stick around as we take a deep dive into what makes the 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime so valuable, and we'll reveal just how much this dime could be worth at the end of the video. To start, let's go over some basics about the Roosevelt dime. First minted in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was designed by John R. Sinek, and it was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, remains one of the most influential figures in U.S. history, and this coin has continued to be a staple of American currency for over 7 decades. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Roosevelt, his likeness serving as a symbol of strength, leadership, and perseverance during one of America's most challenging times. But what makes the 2000 Roosevelt silver dime so intriguing is not just the design but the unique characteristics of that particular year. Unlike modern dimes that are primarily made of copper and nickel, the Roosevelt dime from 2000 contains 90% silver, making it a valuable collector's item for those who are looking to invest in silver coins. The precious metal content gives this dime an intrinsic value beyond its face value of just 10 cents. And with silver prices fluctuating over time, the value of a silver dime like this one can increase dramatically. The coin we're focusing on today is the 2000 edition of the Roosevelt silver 1 dime, and there's one factor that makes this year particularly important: the minting process. During the 2000 minting year, several dimes were struck at various U.S. mint facilities, but it's the coins with specific mint marks that catch the attention of collectors. In particular, the dimes that were minted at the West Point Mint, marked with the W mint mark, and those from the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P mint mark, have become especially valuable. Coins minted at the West Point facility are incredibly rare, and as a result, these coins can demand high prices on the market. In 2000, the United States Mint introduced a limited number of Roosevelt silver dimes that were produced with the W mint mark at the West Point Mint. While this might sound like just another minting detail, it's one of the key factors that has driven up the value of these dimes. The West Point Mint is known for its specialized coin production, and coins minted there are often seen as more valuable due to their lower mintage and higher quality standards. So, if you happen to own one of these 2000 Roosevelt silver dimes with the W mint mark, you're sitting on something truly special. But even if your 2000 Roosevelt dime doesn't have the W mint mark, don't worry, there's still value to be found. The 2000 Roosevelt dime, regardless of the mint mark, is made from 90% silver, which gives it an intrinsic value based on the current market price of silver. As silver prices rise, so does the value of silver coins. If you're not sure about the value of your coin, it's always worth checking the current price of silver to get an idea of its baseline worth. Now, let's talk about condition. The condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. A coin that has been well preserved and remains in uncirculated or near perfect condition will always fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. Dimes, by their very nature, tend to get worn down quickly due to their frequent use in daily transactions. But because of the way collectors value coins, those that have been carefully preserved, stored, or kept in pristine condition are much rarer and much more valuable. So, if you happen to have a 2000 Roosevelt silver dime in mint condition, you're holding a coin that could be worth much more than its silver content alone. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. Coins that were minted in limited quantities or that are particularly difficult to find will naturally become more valuable over time. The 2000 Roosevelt silver dime is a perfect example of this. While it wasn't minted in an extremely limited quantity, the combination of its silver content, the rarity of the W mint mark, and the high demand for well-preserved specimens has made this coin an increasingly sought-after item. As time goes on and more of these dimes are lost to wear and tear, the remaining high-quality examples will become even rarer, which only drives up their value. Another interesting point about the 2000 Roosevelt silver one dime is that it marks an important era in U.S. coinage. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw significant changes in the U.S. economy and the numismatic world. The 2000 Roosevelt dime is one of the last dimes made with 90% silver before the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel clad composition for most of its coins. The silver dimes, especially those from certain years, have become nostalgic and historical pieces, adding to their appeal among collectors who are interested in coins with a bit of history attached. It's also worth mentioning that the popularity of coin collecting has surged in recent years. With the rise of online auction platforms and specialized coin dealers, collectors are more connected than ever before, and this has increased the demand for rare and valuable coins. Coin collecting is no longer just a hobby for a select few, it's become an investment strategy for many. And with that increased interest, coins like the 2000 Roosevelt silver one dime are becoming more valuable. As collectors continue to discover and appreciate the rare and unique characteristics of these coins, the price will continue to climb. So, how much could a 2000 Roosevelt silver one dime be worth? Well, if you happen to have one of these coins in mint condition, especially one from the West Point Mint with the W mint mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The combination of its silver content, limited mintage, and increasing collector demand means that these coins can fetch significant amounts on the market. A well-preserved 2000 Roosevelt silver dime could be worth as much as $75,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $75,000 for a single dime. It's truly incredible to think that a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents could now be worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is the power of rarity, condition, and the timeless appeal of silver. If you happen to own a 2000 Roosevelt silver one dime, it might be time to take a closer look and get it appraised. You could have a small fortune on your hands. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our future videos. And remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story to tell, and you might just have a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Happy collecting, and we'll see you next time.